Okay, so here's what we got. Good. Hello, everyone. The things I want to address this episode of the P Files are very serious and very personal to me and important for where we're headed with this investigation. No, it's not that I'm still receiving disturbing puzzles in the mail that are very Jack the Ripper meets Zodiac Killer for, that's a pretty that's a pretty apt comparison, actually. You know, at least that's the effect they want to have. They're trying to scare me. And I think steal my thunder. You should know that I'm chalking up these threatening, indecipherable riddles as nothing more than a hoax. So, sorry, not sorry. Your body hair and fingernail clippings and whatever you're smudging on the back are going straight in the trash. Other items on the docket are as follows. My dolphin notebook. Many of you have tried writing in and offering images of different kinds of notebooks with dolphins on the cover, but I mean, I fail to see how that helps me. It's cool you have access to these different types of dolphin notebooks, but they need to be my dolphin notebook and not just any, I'm excited that you have a dolphin notebook. That's fun, I get it, but it's not getting us anywhere. I did do a hypnotherapy session, though, where I tried to recover memories of, I tried to do a mind palace thing, where I tried to visualize details that might relate to my dolphin notebook that would really back up my story. I kept tripping in my mind palace. Does that happen to anybody else? I kept tripping. I kept falling down in my own mind palace. Some of the doors were just flat out locked. My mind palace was not hospitable to me, which is weird considering it's in my own head. I mean, I own this place. I drew up the blueprints, and I must have fallen down the stairs in my own head 3 times. The only thing actually that did come of this hypnotherapy session were some buried memories I had about a movie that may or may not actually exist, called Kid Pope, that I recall starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and whose production was plagued by mortal accidents on set during its filming. Camera operators bursting into flames, statues weeping blood, tipping over on people. I tried looking it up. No VHS copies exist, but I could swear Kid Pope is a movie. And if you remember the same, please reach out, because that too is a mystery to me now. The P-Files. Most important, though, is this. The perplexing and, hell, I'll bite, gang, intriguing ending of our last chapter. Specifically what I'm dubbing Fiona Caruso tapes, that seem to imply that, well, there are some damn scary noises and some inexplicable disturbances on that recording that seem to, at the very least, rattle our star witness, the illustrious and elusive Fiona Caruso. Whatever they were scared her into buttoning her lip, it sounded like earlier than she'd prefer. And, well, some of you said it was proof of a monster or an entity or, some other kind of sensational occurrence that you hear on other kinds of shows. But look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I'd advise you to think of these recordings as kind of unconfirmed evidence, right? As our own photograph of the Loch Ness Monster, or Bigfoot, or Angeline, the Pink Lady of Los Angeles. Some claim these creatures exist. A few say that they've seen them, but at the end of the day, It's all hearsay and gossamer. Until we get some cold, hard facts in play. Were occult shenanigans somehow behind Pattersby's disappearance, as the Caruso tapes suggest? Dunno. Am I gonna possibly paint myself into a corner or burn a career bridge by pointing the finger at these so-called children of the thrill so early on here? Stand up in the middle of my heretofore tightly run investigation like a, I don't know, count in a closed room mystery and proclaim j'accuse to a bunch of fellow authors who could one day be my colleagues? Like, I'm not saying the upsetting implications made by Miss Caruso weren't plausible. I'm just saying I'm not champing at the bit to go around accusing a group I still know very little about. And then down the road having to do a full episode where I possibly backtrack and mess with the pacing of everything. I'm not gonna j'accuse. I know on a personal level, I still plan to sit with what I've heard. I'm still processing what I think it all means. Like a good mind hunter. I'm not going to jump the gun or latch on too quick to the salacious angle just because it makes for a juicy tale. I mean, hey, do you, gang, but that's not how I'm running my show. And that's not how I think any of the good detectives of yore would do it either. Your Miss Marples, your Jessica Fletchers, your Crockett Andor Tubbses, your McGruff the Crime Dogs. That's not my style. Now for the bad news. I didn't want to have to bring this up, but I take great umbrage with some of you talking smack on me and SHIT talking, being slanderous, all like, oh, he's deluded, he's lying to us. Boy, is he gonna get his. If he thought those weird noises were upsetting... Oh, this is someone else saying this, by the way. If he thought those weird noises were upsetting, he better buckle his ass up because that's...
A place beyond. A place before. A hero steps beyond the door.
His misdeeds kicked off a curse related to some kind of ancient sect of storytelling enthusiast.
To spy a castle choked in thorn, where dragon's breath brings cause to mourn. Venture not, for riches sworn, nor sorrow's mark of wretched scorn. Strike the blow of honor born, and live to die another morn.
Blah, 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 blah. Nice try. I don't know what to tell you. But my conscience is as clean as a baby's bottom, and you can quote me on that. Now, let's put the matter to rest and listen to another segment from the Strange Mix CD of Disparate Theo Sultan chapters sent to me. Take it away, Teri Delongpre. Theo Sultan had a pretty strong mind when it came down to it. He didn't believe in anything beyond the here and now. But what he'd seen as of late had strained the fibers of the ropes that held up the mental bridge, suspending his disbelief. The very limits of his imagination were being redrawn. Could it be? Had it become true that the dastardly Professor Mephisto had actually discovered a way to shrink kidnapped immigrants and sell them to the highest bidder, thus reducing transportation costs? A henchman's neck hole gurgled at his boots. Sultan was proud to have caved in the henchman's head from both sides with pink and green bowling balls. And still, Theo could not fathom what the professor's schemes implied. This could not be true. Was shrinking real? If that were true, what else was? You've just enjoyed another episode of The P-Files with music by Erik Jorgensen. And we'd like to thank our patrons. Look, I don't know if I'm supposed to say patrons or Patreons, but our supporters. Jessica Burson of Regina Prime. If you know audio drama, you know she's one of the best. And the exciting minds behind What's in the Rift, a new podcast from Die Inside Gaming and Gas Station Drugs. If you want to support us, by all means, step on up to our website at patterspod.com. And you can also join Apollo Plus, where we also appear over there. We drop these P-Files a little earlier. You get them right there in your inbox. Other ways you can support us would be leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts or Podchaser Podcasts or whatever new stuff's out there. PoddingtonCentral.com. I don't know if that exists yet. Thank you for all your love and support and kindnesses. Except if you're the person sending me, these weird killer puzzles. Like, I'm not Gone Girl. I'm not the girl with the dragon tattoo. I'm not the girl on the train. I'm not the spy who came in from the cold. I'm just Ryan. Bye, guys. Until next time, see you in the thriller pages.